Within the realm of human existence, true leaders are not born with all the training and characteristics of leadership. They are nurtured and developed. And the great ones usually have an edge, the edge of educational excellence. Whether your goal is to become a consultant, a manager, a CEO, a researcher, an educator, or an organizational psychologist, you need an edge that will put you above the competition. And that edge is the Marshall Goldsmith School of Management at Alliant International University, a renowned school with a rich history.
Hello, my name is Marshall Goldsmith, and I'd like to talk about the Marshall Goldsmith School of Management, Alliant International University. I'm really excited about the school for a variety of reasons. One is we focus on practical leadership education. One of the major critiques of a lot of management schools today is developing technicians, not developing leaders, not developing people who are good at working with other people. Some of the greatest minds in the world in management and leadership development have signed on to help our school.
The school started in 1924 as Balboa University, and then later on it became California Western University. We changed the mission in 1970 and became United States International University. And we had campuses in London, that's the campus I went to. We had campuses in Japan, Canada, Nairobi, Mexico, all over the place. And then in California School of Professional Psychology started in 1969, and we merged together in 2001, and now we are Alliant International University.
With locations all over California, the Goldsmith School is one of the true prestigious management graduate schools on the West Coast. Consider the unrivaled San Diego campus. 64 recently acquired acres represent a visual metaphor for the future of Alliant. Growth, vision, and impact. New land, new leadership, and new financial resources. Alliant is most certainly positioned for progress and a future as bright as Southern California sunshine, with an expanding campus located in one of the most breathtaking locations anywhere.
It's just a great school to be at. I mean, I can't ask for a better school. You have a great environment, you have a great climate.
California, especially San Diego, is, I would say one of the best places to live in the U.S., It has extremely nice weather, and people are very nice, that may always make a difference.
San Diego has everything. Our weather is always temperate. You can surf even in the wintertime. The parents can feel comfortable sending their children because the campus is friendly, safe, and the city has all the culture they'd ever want their children to be exposed to.
Something else that new students and visitors to Alliant International University and the Marshall Goldsmith School of Management notice right away is the incredible diversity and international flavor throughout the system.
So we have diversity in students, we have diversity in faculty. I am from India, I have one more colleague who's from India, but there are colleagues from China and from Pakistan and Myanmar, just different countries around the globe. So there's diversity in faculty, there's diversity in the issues that we research.
Some of our students are Indian, but they grew up in Kenya, or they're Taiwanese, but they grew up in Australia, and now they're here in the U.S. and Southern California studying. So that's part of what we live on a daily basis. And I find that out in the world sometimes people don't understand those nuances, but here at Alliant International University at the Marshall Goldsmith School of Management, that's part of what we talk about on a daily basis.
I knew they had a lot of international students, and that there was a history of international students here, so that's why I chose the school.
International students, you learn not only in class, you also learn from students, and you don't get that a lot from other schools. Other schools, you only concentrate on teacher, what the teacher has to tell you, and that's pretty much what you get out of class. But here, past year and a half that I've been in this school, I've learned more from students, from faculty, than just from textbooks.
It's a very good asset to have those kind of diversity, either at work or at school. It's going to give you the edge.
With the establishment of the Marshall Goldsmith School of Management comes an exciting dynamic leadership, exemplified by founding Dean Jim Goodrich and Marshall Goldsmith himself.
We've really built a great team at Alliant, and we think that our job is to continually be on the cutting edge of innovation in higher education. One of the best examples of this is in the Marshall Goldsmith School. We've hired Dean Jim Goodrich, who is a very experienced business school administrator.
The work that Marshall Goldsmith does is pretty well acknowledged and recognized, and it relates very much to what I want to try to create here, what I think we're working for, which is the idea of having people who are focused on professional aspects of management, but they're also bringing in these elements of international, and bringing in these elements of psychology, combining that, melding that in with business. I think that creating that plus this opportunity to connect to the international environment, that's real big for us.
This is a professional school. I had the privilege of spending 50 days with Peter Drucker, and Peter Drucker always said, management is a practice, it's not a theory. What you can learn here is a practice, real skills you can apply in the real world.
Marshall Goldsmith is the perfect namesake for our school because he has done what we're training students to emulate. He already has the top executive coaching assignments in the world. Those are the skill sets that our students need to use, whether they go into internal consulting, external consulting, or executive coaching. So he's a perfect role model, and the exposure that our students get to him directly and through the thought leaders ties in beautifully to their own career planning and career paths.
For students who want to get on the fast track from undergrad to advanced degrees, the Goldsmith School is a unique and highly adaptable route. The most important skill in business is knowing how to work effectively with people. We take the human side of organizations seriously, offering our students practical, real-world education and experience to give them a powerful set of tools to thrive in business, to work in nonprofits, or to become a successful consultant or entrepreneur.
We're interested in training professionals, and by that we mean people who are going to take the knowledge they gain during their time at Alliant and go out and build lifelong careers, using that knowledge, solving problems, working in complex environments.
It really jump-started my career. By taking the classes in organizational as well as the classes on the clinical side, I began to really shift my career into more of an organizational and leadership development focus.
We have our students involved in professional settings throughout the program, particularly in the third and fourth years of the doctoral program and the second year of the master's program. Our students are out there working with organizations and getting a practical experience. And so when they graduate, they have a leg up on other people.
We've been extraordinarily successful in getting students access to some of the top companies, the Fortune 100 and 500 companies, in getting supervised learning experiences that for many of our students, because they're so effective, it leads to permanent job offers.
Every class has some sort of component in which you work with a different organization. There's a lot of group work too. All of that is applicable to the real world workforce.
I feel that this not only speeds up my learning process, but it also gives me experience so that when I'm actually done with my education, I already have things to write on my resume, a real world professional experience that what I found employers see is very attractive.
Another element that sets Alliant International University and the Marshall Goldsmith School of Management apart from other educational institutions is the relatively small class sizes and resultant interaction between students and professors.
I think it's a wonderful place for the students to come. It's a small but very intimate setting where people can actually get to know each other, get to meet faculty and students from different parts of the world.
I like the environment of Alliant International University, and I like the professor here. They are kind of very good to me, and they take very good care of the international students.
Beyond sunshine, diversity, bricks and mortar, the quality of an educational institution is really defined by the quality of its faculty. This is where Alliant International University and the Marshall Goldsmith School of Management really shine.
All of our faculty have both extensive teaching experience and business experience, various types of business experience. Many people have been consultants, both in consulting firms and in corporations. Others have been entrepreneurs.
I would recommend the Marshall Goldsmith School of Management for other students because I really feel that you can go and you can get your degree someplace else, but I feel that if you get it here, you're going to be surrounded by people who really want to set you up for success when you go into your future careers.
I think being at Alliant and the experiences that I had at Alliant were something that really helped me in the workplace in being able to adapt to diverse situations. So definitely it's something that you can take a look at and say, I'm going to be able to shine, it's going to help me to really perform both in large organizations as well as small organizations.
This is one of these rare opportunities where you have an opportunity to study under people like Marshall Goldsmith that really don't come around that often.
What really helps MGSM stand out is, just the foundation. Having Marshall on board and the practical side of business.
I think all of the students and all the faculty have been very excited at the changes we've seen. If there's in our society, as fast as everything is changing, if you don't have dynamics, if you don't have change, you're not keeping up with what's happening in the business world. And with Marshall Goldsmith here participating and some of the new energy and synergy he's bringing to this business school, we are going to be extremely competitive, like not just in the nation as a university, but international as a university.
Everyone knows what Marshall does, helps good people get even better. It's a perfect feeder, it's a perfect base for the ideas that we're trying to express here. Also, I think Marshall has really been an inspiration to me personally and hundreds of other executives around the world, because those kind of behavioral principles that he uses in his coaching, that works just so well to the educational process. We just have to, our challenge is how to adapt it, how to apply it, how to make it work for our students.
So, now that you know more about Alliant International University and the Marshall Goldsmith School of Management, how can you put yourself in this picture? What can you do to get closer to an educational experience that will prepare you for an unparalleled professional career? You can start by visiting our website at http://mgsm.alliant.edu/. You can arrange to come visit one or more of our campuses. You are the key. The bridge to your future starts here. The Marshall Goldsmith School of Management at Alliant International University, preparing tomorrow's leaders today.